the recording and we are good to go. So welcome to Daily's AMA. We had one AMA earlier today just to cover up more time zones. Today I got a little bit more time, like roughly 1.5 hours. Yeah, still a lot of stuff to do in the background. Okay, so I see some unfamiliar names, so I guess we will just start over as we all are used to it with the fundamentals of our token, and then we can talk about some other things happening with BankersDream, with the market, with our fund. A lot of things we can actually take a look into. All right, so let's start with the fundamentals. I will always start with the tax because sometimes of people not being familiar with reward tokens, there is the question, why is the tax at 15% for buys and for sells? So we have a flat tax, as I said before, 15%. Of this 15%, 8% are allocated into our BUSD reflections. So the way this works is that from every buy and every sell, a part of it is collected in our token. The contract is collecting our token until a certain threshold. Right now the threshold is set to 300 billion tokens collected. Then the first sell appearing will trigger the contract sell. You will see this in Dextools, for example, with 3 or 4 sells in a row. 3 sells if, for example, I trigger the contract by hand by selling one bank, because the sell of one bank is actually too low to show up in Dextools, but it will still trigger the contract sell itself. Once the contract sold, the contract will start to distribute the BUSD rewards. You do not have to do anything to actually receive your rewards. The only thing you need to do is to actually hold banks. Yeah, nothing else. You will receive them automatically. You can manually claim them by connecting your wallet to our dashboard. I do advise not to do so because you would have to pay the gas fee yourselves. Just wait for them. It might take some time after the contract sell because the contract works in a way that with every transaction happening, around 4 to 8 holders are receiving their BUSD rewards. So give it some time, they will drop in constantly. 4% here are used for marketing and our fund. 2% are used for a manual buyback and burn, and 1% is automatically added into liquidity. Just 2 quick notes for the buyback and burn. This is a manual buyback and burn. We did use some of the buyback and burn funds earlier. So we had a community vote going on for the buyback and burn funds, and we used them to kickstart a little bit our Bankers Whale fund. We will take a look at the fund in a second. And 1% here is allocated into liquidity. So together with the manual buyback and burns, plus the auto liquidity added, we want to work on our liquidity ratio. Around 10% is pretty good. It's a goal to achieve as well in a project. Right now we are sitting slightly below the 10% liquidity ratio. So still some work to do with the liquidity itself. So this for the tax. Now the token itself. What is the goal of our token? Especially interesting for new people in the community. So the main goal we have as a team and also now as a community is to create passive income in different ways. The first step, of course, is the reward token itself. But as I would say some experienced people in the crypto space know, a reward token itself is very hard to sustain in the long run. It's very hard to sustain the BUSD rewards, to keep up the volume for the actual rewards. So not a sustainable way of creating passive income for the future. So we needed a way to generate another source of passive income. now there comes into play our main utility, the Bankers Whale Fund. We will take a look at the fund in a second. This is our main utility. We are putting a lot of work into the fund as a team and also as a community. And this fund will be constantly growing. There will be more additions into the ecosystem. Of course, we are still a very, very early project, and especially additions like, for example, possibly a planned launchpad. There are some ideas with NFTs we have, but it's not this classic way of approaching NFTs as art. It is using NFTs as an actual utility. Maybe we will announce some things at some point in time, but right now, of course, a lot of work is dedicated into the whale fund itself. So let's just take a look at the whale fund. The strategy behind this fund is pretty straightforward, pretty simple. So basically, as a concept, we do not want to actively trade in the fund. Yeah, there is no swing trading going on or something like this. There might be a addition as an, for example, second fund, with the purpose of swing trading. But right here in this fund, in our main utility, we are looking for promising long-term investments. Yeah, this is the main goal. We want to invest our money long-term. We want to invest into projects which have a lot of potential in the long run. So as I said before, parts of the tax for the marketing wallet are allocated for fund investments. The way we approach fund investments is also pretty simple. So for the people which are not familiar with us as a team, the core team are 4 people based in Germany. We have 2 trained bankers, including me as a trained banker, which are working as financial advisors. We have 1 insurance agent and 1 software developer. This is not the usual team in the crypto space, so of course we are also approaching some things a little bit different than the usual crypto dev team, which is not bad at all. Just take a look at the chart. I think this chart speaks for itself, especially in a bleeding market. We are vetting the projects. We are taking a deep look at different projects, ICOs, existing projects. We are checking them for long-term potential. There's always one twist to a addition into the community fund, and this is that we want to generate passive income in some form. Yeah, another reward token, through staking, or other things in the future. Once we are done with the whole vetting process, we consider the project as safe and with a good potential for the future as a long-term hold. The community will ultimately decide if it should be added or if it should not be added. Right now we have the poll going on for SafeMoon as an addition into our fund. This poll is still open until tomorrow, I think. So let's see how the community decides on this one. Once the fund reaches, or right now, of course, it is also generating yield, but right now we are using the yield generated to compound into the fund itself, so the fund can reach a decent amount of holdings in the fund itself. This is a very important step because, of course, with compounding going on, we can reach the goals for the fund a lot faster. We had a number in our head of around 150k of fund holdings. The team vesting of banks not included. Important part there because we did waive on a team vesting, but we will take a look later. So the team vesting not included. We already had some people in the community saying no, better to compound even longer until the fund reaches a size of 300,000, 500,000 or something like this. We will have a poll for the actual start of the distribution for the fund. So ultimately you all will decide when we will start with the distribution. But this is the main strategy with the fund. Long-term investments, always dollar cost average the investments in. We won't chuck in a very, very large amount of money at once. Just steadily growing decent wallet sizes in projects. Of course, especially with existing bigger projects, as for example Evergrow Coin, it takes longer to actually reach a decent wallet size. Yeah, this we are totally aware of. It is a lot easier in very small projects or in ICOs, but we can take a look at the actual fund holdings in a second. Now let's take a look at the distribution of the assets. This is still a very, very early distribution of the assets. This will change a lot in the future. This is just what we came up with as an easily doable distribution of assets for the start of the fund itself. So 10% right here are allocated into ICOs, 20% overall allocated into different kinds of staking, and 30% allocated into reward tokens. 40% here are displayed as cash. This is just a, let's say, financial term for a reserve, because of course, since we are dollar cost averaging our investments in over time, there might be a time in which, we just simply do not want to buy into a project or to buy more of a project because it has had a big pump recently, or something like this. Of course, there is a strategic way of dollar cost averaging into the investments themselves. This 40% will most likely, of course, change in the future because with the fund growing in size, we do want to have most of the money actively invested and to generate yield. So most likely this reserve will shrink down to around 10 to 5%. Right now, of course, at some point we want to start to gather some funds up to make whole new additions into our fund. As for example, we are taking a look into yield farming, we are taking a look into properties in the metaverse, we are taking a look, for example, into mining. All this kind of things which generate sources of income, which makes ultimately our passive income independent of our volume in the token and also of our market cap and all of these things. This fund is and will be completely independent of the token in the future. This is the unique part of our approach with passive income. Because it doesn't matter if our token has literally zero volume, which would suck if you just take a look at the BUSD rewards. But for the fund and the actual sustainability of our passive income, it doesn't matter at all, because we will invest in a wide range in the crypto space, and in the future, maybe if we are able to pull that off, also in the real world assets, for example, real estate. But this is a whole nother story. This is a very long-term goal we have with the fund. So just keep in mind right here, this will change. This is a very, very flexible distribution. There's nothing we want to dictate on the fund itself, because the crypto space overall is a very fast-paced space. A lot of things are changing. Maybe some regulations are coming in the future, in which we need to set the fund up in a little bit different way with a focus of passive income. So once the fund is able to distribute the yield, 75% of the overall yield generated will be redistributed to every single holder. There is no minimum amount of banks you need to hold. Of course, there is the same logic applied as for BUSD rewards. So the more banks you are actually holding, the more of the actual cut of the fund you will receive. 25% will be used for marketing/charity. Marketing does also include compounding into the fund itself. So if we do not need any additional marketing money, we will just simply use it and compound into the fund to help it grow even faster and even bigger, step by step. For the charity part, we came up with this addition. It was also a community idea. I have to say, but it was very nicely fitting into the fund itself, because this is also a sustainable way of being able to donate to charity without the need of taking active money out of our project. Of course, there are different ways. You could allocate a tax just for donations. The main problem with a tax is that you will always gather your own token. So in our case, bank's token. And at some point you would be forced to actually sell the token to be able to donate into charity. So we would actively impact our chart. We would actively, affect our token, which we do not want at all with anything. With this, once the fund is running, we have a sustainable way of donations to charity, which is always nice. If things are going well for you, it's always a good idea to give something back to people that have been less fortunate, or to the environment itself. But of course, in the end, the community will vote on different charities if we should donate to charity A, B, C. Yeah, pretty straightforward here. So this for the planned distribution. Yes, this is a very big part of the yield being distributed to every single holder in the future. But this is the idea behind this token. So you can always be sure, if we do make any additions in our ecosystem in the future, we will always be looking into ways to add another source of passive income for the holders. So for example, if we develop a launchpad with our own twists to the launchpad, of course we need to take fees from the projects which want to launch on the launchpad itself. In this case, for example, part of the fees will be distributed to our holders again. This is the main goal. It's a very long-term focused goal, but once things are starting to pick up, I think it has very good chances to change the approach of passive income in the future for crypto, because this is a very unique approach. All right. Do we have questions for the fundamentals here in the AMA? If you do not want to talk to me, just write your question in the chat and ping me on it. All right, can't see anything right now. So first thing I would want to do, give me a second, I need to fetch our chart, and then we can take a look, because we are basically sitting or pushing the all-time high in the past few days, weeks. A lot of new holders joining in, a lot of existing holders working on their bag size. This is a very nice looking chart, I have to say. If you consider where we came from, so this right here was around 100 to 150k-ish market cap. We started back here as a pre-sale of 70 BNB hard cap, which did lead to a market cap of around 80k. So a lot of progress we made in the meantime since our pre-sale. A lot of things coming in the future, but overall I have to say, if you consider that in this whole phase right here, the market was basically dragging every single project down. If you're asking yourself, how does the market at all affect a project, this is due to the pairing. We are paired actually with BNB. So our pairing is basically BNB paired with banks. And if you take, for example, a look on this top left corner in Dextools, you will always see, where do we have it? Pooled banks? No, here, pooled wrapped BNB. So in our liquidity pool are currently 419 BNB. So this decides about our market cap. This decides basically a lot in our project itself. If BNB is crashing or dumping or losing in value, it will always drag us automatically down. Yeah, you wouldn't see an actual sell going on, but you could see that our chart is affected due to our pairing. So achieving this right after a, yeah, let's say pretty big pump. So this was basically from here to here around 40x. We had going on there in the last pump. So right after a pump with a bleeding market, this is a very high floor we sustained here. A very high floor, and actually a big shout out to our community, because a lot of the people in our community, yeah, of course, don't get me wrong right here, yeah, no one here wants to force you to hold our token. There will always be people taking profits out, yeah, or something like this. We will always have the swing traders in, which is not bad at all. But our main community, yeah, I would say is in love with the idea of this project. They understand a lot of the idea in the project, and they also understand the possibilities in the future, especially with a fund with the strategy we have going on right now. But also, again, big shout out to the community, because actually they are doing a very good job with the Reddit posts, with the whole shilling itself, with spreading the name, helping with exposure. So yeah, big thank you to the community. So this for our chart, basically, just also a little bit of background info for the new people. How did we start, basically? So we did start as around 80k-ish market cap. And let's see where this journey is taking us. We are basically very close to the nines. Let's see if we can hit the nines in this AMA. All right. So for the new people, let's structure it this way. This is basically our website here. You see here a lot of information on our website itself. You will see that over the time a lot has changed also on the website itself. A lot of things are getting added into the website. The important part I wanted to talk about right now is our dashboard, our DApp. So you can go here on the top right corner if you are on a computer, and you can just simply click on the DApp. It takes a little bit of loading time. We were able to actually make it better already, but it takes sometimes a little bit to load up all the data of our server. So right here you see our reward dashboard. You do not need to actually connect to the dashboard at all. The only reason to connect to our dashboard would be that if you wanted to claim rewards which haven't been claimed yet manually. As I said before, I would advise not to do so, because you have to pay the gas fee yourself. Yeah, this is you can simply just wait for the rewards dripping in. You will also see a total earned if you copy paste your wallet address right here. And you can also see a progress for the next payday. So the community gave the contract cell, which starts the actual BUSD distribution. They named it Payday, which is a very fitting name at all. You are always able to see the progress to the next payday. So right now, 90% for the next payday, so roughly 10% missing to fill up for the next BUSD distribution. Another very important part on our dashboard, you can take a look at our fund. As I said before, might take some loading time. While it loads, you can take a look at this spinner spinning around, and then you will have a full display of our current fund holdings. A little bit of background info, because we cannot see any percentage gained or percentage lost or something like this right at this time. We will add this over time. The thing was that we needed to come up with this display solution ourselves. So our dev had to make this all on his own, because actually we wanted to use CoinStats. If some people might know CoinStats, you are able to display a wallet, and you can, with CoinStats, it is a tool which is ready. Just ready. You do not have to do anything. The main problem we had with CoinStats that someone could just come, basically airdrop a token into our fund wallet, and we would have to remove the token of the display manually. Sometimes it might take some time for us to notice that there is something displayed which we do not want to display at all. With this way we are avoiding this. We recently also added all these staked tokens, the amount of the staked tokens, because of course this display here is taking the information directly out of the fund wallet itself. With stake tokens, they are not in our wallet, they are in the staking contract. We aren't able to pull that data off from our wallet, so we came up with this solution here. So right now we have basically 100% shown of the Bankers Whale fund. Also take note, we did start to to invest 2.5 weeks ago, roughly. We did basically start with a team vesting, the team waved on, which you see right here, BankersDream, 5 trillion tokens as a fund holding. This was just a addition of the team that we said, no, we don't want the tokens themselves. We will put them into the fund and help the fund to compound with BUSD rewards in the future. Just helps it out a little bit. This was basically, let's say the first edition in the fund being made. If we talk about a cap to reach to start the actual distribution, we do not include this token in this cap, because this was just an addition we made as a team. We would always be talking about the actual investments here and here. Of course, it helps the fund a lot to compound early on. Just take a look at the display, at the current investments going on. Just a little side. No, what should we add? My Telegram. Should we add BSC link to fund wallet? Of course, we can display it somewhere here. I will say to the dev that you can also take a look in BSC scan itself for the actual fund wallet. No problem there. We will include it. Where have I been now? What I wanted to talk about, the first ICO we participated in, Moon. As you can see, all the Moon tokens we have right here. It is a pretty big amount of Moon tokens, because of course it is a lot easier to obtain a big wallet size if you're able to buy at private sale rates, at pre-sale rates, and then dollar cost average in the right moments right after launch. You are able to build a very decent wallet size. So I think we are at least in the top 10 holders here with this holdings of Moon. They did pretty good. We can just basically take a look at the chart. Give me a second. Nothing to hide here. Just a little update for an ongoing fund investment. Let's say it this way. So you can see right here they had a pretty big pump today. I think they did reach 5 5 or 6 million market cap, which is amazing. Basically very nice for our fund, because you can see here, if we jump back, we are holding a pretty big wallet in Moon itself, and we are of course using the staking of Moon itself. So we are, since we bought, we are earning tokens with the staking itself, which will, this earned tokens will be used in the future to further distribute yield generated. Yeah. Of course, keep in mind, also for an ICO investment, even if we consider it as a safe project with very good long-term potential, and also the team we consider as 100% safe, it's still a very risky investment there. Yeah. But let's see. I can hear someone. Someone wants to ask a question? No? All right. Then I will just keep on. Yeah, it was pretty nice, the recent pump they had. Very, very nice investment so far for Moon. Of course, the most upwards potential for ICOs, but we need to keep the ICO rate, yeah, not invest too much into very, very early projects and into ICOs, because they are still very, very risky investments, and we want to build something, yeah, sustainable in the long run here. But overall, also the fund is doing pretty nice. Let's see what the community decides on for the ongoing poll for Safe Moon. Right now I see 87 votes, 71% said yes, a safe bet, 29% no. Yeah, let's see. This poll is still running until tomorrow, and then we can take a look again. All right. Do we have any questions now? I saw one question in the chat for the wallet address. We will include the fund wallet address in this display also, so everyone can take a look at the fund wallet additionally in BSC scan. Okay, perfect. We had a suggestion in the AMA today. Yes, it was today, this morning, of a investor that we should, yeah, just for example here, let me just swing back on the website. For example, here in the FAQs, we could implement the actual team wallets from the team vesting, and we could also implement, yeah, the address of the marketing and the buyback and burn wallet, just to add a little bit more into the transparency. This we will most likely do in the next few days. How frequently are tokens burned? We had a burn going on, was it this week? Yes, this week. With the beginning of this week, we did burn around 9.9 trillion tokens, which have been worth, at the time of the burn, I think around $40,000. We did burn them in the beginning of the week, and we will constantly buy back, sometimes, yeah, smaller sums, just to add into the liquidity and work onto in the liquidity, and then we will gather up, yeah, some more banks tokens to, yeah, just to keep on burning constantly. So yes, no schedule for the actual burn, but yes, we are burning constantly. Have we decided if we can add BUSD USDT to the swapper? Talking to a developer, we cannot implement it in the current swapper, but we might be able to set it up in a new swapper, just to also add BUSD. Yeah, we are just searching for the easiest way to implement it, but we are working on it, Moneybin. Can we talk about a project here? Any project proposals you think are good additions for the community fund, please DM them to me or AJ, so we can start the vetting process. We will set them up if we think this has a lot of potential. Just be patient there also with us. We are aware a lot of you have some favorite projects which they think do have a lot of potential in the future, but the whole vetting thing just takes a lot of time, and we also need to look at the risk management in the fund itself, yeah, because right now we need to add more, yeah, bigger projects which are more stable in the long run. We are also looking into, yeah, so-called blue chip investment, blue chip cryptos. Let's keep it this way, as for example Matic, we are taking a look on to start investing in. Yeah, just to spread the risk in the fund as well, because we cannot only add into the fund very, very low cap projects. Yeah, this would not be healthy in the long run. Should we do planned 0.1 buy to kill this 0.1? It's a good idea. All right. Any additional questions for the fund or the project or the team itself? For the people which are new to our community, just one thing I always consider, because I got this question a lot. We are not full doxed yet. We have a KYC done with Interfi, and we did docs to some people privately, and we did also docs, for example, with our marketing agency, which is working with us. We cannot full docs at the moment due to our jobs in finance. Yeah, this could lead to some problems if we publicly full docs right now. We have a, let's say not a deal, but this was a number I had in my head already before. So around 10 million market cap. Yeah, so 10 million as a floor market cap, and a constant volume we can keep up of around 100k-ish per 24 hours. At least one is able to quit his job, and then this person is also able to full docs. We have no problem with doxing at all. It is just that we cannot dox publicly at the moment. But how far is the deployment of these 600 articles? They are in the work right now. We had some articles already published. Of course, it takes some time for 600 sources to actually publish the article. For the big ones, the big sources, including Yahoo Finance and Bloomberg, they will most likely hit on Monday. Additionally, just a little bit of background info there for the press release we have ongoing at the moment. So basically, they started with the smaller articles, and then around Monday there will be the big articles on Yahoo Finance and Bloomberg. Okay. Well, all-time high. What should we do? Why did we actually hit the nines? All right, nice. We did actually hit the nines. So possibility is quite there that we can hit or kill a zero or start to attack the zero. Could be considered to use sometimes the buyback funds to make a buyback to liquidity, instead a buyback and burn with the increasing market cap of the project. Lazuli, this is basically what we are doing with a buyback, because we are buying banks out of the banks pool. We are adding with the actual buyback BNB into the liquidity pool. And since we are burning the bank's token, we cannot withdraw this liquidity. So with every buyback happening, we are actually working on the liquidity automatically. Amazing. Don't worry. I could hear someone. Is there a question?
Yeah, just Money Bin.
Money Bin, how are you?
Okay, and yourself. I'm back from my 2-hour hiatus with no power.
You had no power again, or what?
Yeah, exactly. 2 hours of scheduled. They call it load shedding. It happens so often. They even got a term for it called load shedding.
Crazy with the power at your
It's crazy.
place.
I'm telling you, and it happens sometimes twice, 3 times a day. 2 hours, 2 hours to 4 hours at a time. It's insane.
Ah, no, that
It's
definitely
insane.
sucks. This sucks. Yeah,
100%. I want to ask, just well, first of all, just congratulations to you devs as well, all the devs, for all the hard work, etc., to get us to this point. We've really set a benchmark now. Looking where we are, it's just awesome. This project's gonna fly.
definitely,
All the hard
definitely.
work's paid off. So congrats to you guys. And also thanks to the community for buying, and keeping it going solid the whole time and not faltering. You know what I'm saying? It's really awesome to be part of this community because everybody's just in it to support each other, and that's the key thing here. If we carry on doing that, this thing's going to pop that zero and set a new floor, and it's going to stay there. And from there, we build on. We just keep on building the whole time. So that's the one. That's the one thing I want to say. Um, the second thing is, if we got, are we going to start any biggest buy maybe from now until, I don't know, Monday, Tuesday, whatever, just to help going forward, or we're going to give that a bit of a break? What do you want to do?
Uh,
So I'm putting on the spot a little bit, but
yes, you
I
did.
think,
You did actually take this
sorry,
away because
sorry, sorry.
no problem. For the people which have been here quite a time, we did do a lot of giveaways. For example, random raffles, and with every 0.2 BNB buy automatically qualifying in this random raffle, and we also had this biggest buy competitions. We will start again a raffle and also a biggest buy competition after the AMA again, and
Okay,
most likely structured the
perfect,
same way as always.
perfect. Because I love seeing the buying pressure when those 3 or 4, 7, 10 BNBs come in. It's just super exciting to watch that.
Definitely, and we will keep it the same way as before. If someone can beat the last 20.5, I think it was 20.5 BNB buy, which did win the biggest buy. If someone can top this off, we will double down on the prize money. Let's see.
Awesome,
Let's see.
awesome.
um,
Thank you, Paul.
no, thank you, especially you, Money Bin, for all this shilling effort and everything you're putting in. And basically the whole community, as you said before, or this is what I always stress out. Of course, the project itself is very important. The team is very important in a project, but the community itself, the community has a huge impact on a project. So
Yep,
this is
yep,
what you see as a difference here. We have a very healthy community built up with built with a lot of trust between the community and the dev team. Um, and I think both sides are dedicating a lot into the project, the team and actually also the community. If we see again that we are trending hot trending one in different Reddit subreddits, without paying a single dime for this exposure, yeah, this is actually
yes.
pretty big from the community, I have to say. Oh,
100%. I think also the community is. It's like we're growing up with the project or the token, if that makes sense. We're growing with it, which is awesome because I mean, obviously, I watch a lot of chats. I've got quite a few chats on my Telegram, and I just look at the communities, and I find a lot. The minute the chart starts dipping or it goes down, the same people that invest start flooding their own investment. It's the stupidest thing I've ever seen. They start talking down their own investment, and then they bail out of buy sell out of the investment. That's crazy. This community, everyone pushes and supports each other to get a new floor and new highs all the time, and that's what I love. It's such a copacetic relationship between everybody. That's awesome to be a part of.
definitely. This is also the main thing. Community is it's a constant progress. Yeah, the
Yeah,
community and the project are growing in the same way. And if you're able to build a connection between community and team, which is a trusted connection, this is huge for a project. This is really huge for a project.
Well, that's literally a recipe for success. A huge recipe for success, that.
Definitely. Yeah, this is the way this works. Just give me a second. Harish did ask, when will you start working on BankersDream? Yeah, there is the number of around 10 million market cap and a volume of at least 100K constantly, in which, at least one or two will be able to sustain this as a full-time job and quit our actual jobs in finance right now. Because we cannot do it right now because of course somehow we need to feed our family, we need to pay for our real estate and all that stuff. But yeah, definitely looking at it.
We've got a voice reveal. Dale's 10 million market cap. We've got a voice reveal, Dale. Don't forget, we haven't. You're not off the hook yet.
Yeah.
We haven't forgot.
We won't forget in the future. Yes, Dale, 10 million. If we had 10 million, no, it was 10.
Look at Dale. Dale says you have no proof. Dale, I screenshotted that. I'm going to go through my photos and see. I'm just kidding.
All right,
thank you, Paul.
Thank you. Let me take a look here. Well, I am not new here. I gave to Foot when this project was around 200K market cap and sold my holdings, and now my buy is at 37x. Don't worry, OD. This happens. Yeah, this happens. Of course, sad you missed out, but we are still very, very early in this project. Sometimes this is the thing I also stress out all the time. Sometimes you cannot always have a runner-up in the chart. Yeah, there will always be the times in which you are consolidating with the chart and having a sideways movement. There will always be times like this. Just don't lose the faith in a good project. This does not only include our project, but also the whole crypto space. If you found a decent project with a active team, with a good team and a healthy community, most of the times giving it a shot helps a lot. All right. We actually have a screenshot. Yeah, Dale, it is actually 10 million and the voice reveal should happen. All right. I just take a quick look at...
Bam, there you go, Dale. Eat that.
Yeah, you can't say no now. All right, no additional questions. So for the future, just a few things we wanted to add from the team side. We do have the press release ongoing right now, with the bigger sources, including Yahoo and including Bloomberg, hitting most likely at Monday. So we will see a constant flow of articles flowing around in the internet.
Paul.
Yes.
Paul.
Yes.
I think. Can I say something?
Yes, of course.
I think it's also important for our new holders to let them know that most of our people, especially which has a lot of coins, or let's say more than trillions, that most of them, we talked in the chat, and we don't want to dump, or these people will not dump the token. So, you mentioned that in the past, we had that once in the AMA, and I think if you're new here and you think, oh man, we have people there, they have 10 trillions, or some has 550 billion, I only have one, what if they sell? I mean, at the end, we talked about it in the AMA. I think you mentioned that most of the community don't want to destroy or harm the project.
Definitely, definitely. I can add and back this right here because we are as a team, we have a constant contact with, yeah, a lot of the bigger wallets in our project, which also helps a lot. And we do know they are not looking to yeah, dump their holdings at one go or something like this. Most of them are in for the retirement through passive income. So this, of course, you will always have some bigger wallets in a project. As you might be already aware, we did restrict it to a 3% wallet size currently. But yeah, definitely we have a lot of contact to our community and of course keeping the things as healthy as possible from our side. Okay, where have I been with the press release? Yes, something around Monday, the big sources. At let me think. Yeah, in around 2 to 3 weeks, we should be done with the whole company registration thing. We need to register as a company because simply for the fact that some things are not possible without a company registration, which includes, for example, a possible listing on SafeMoon, yeah, on the swap. This is something we are looking into. We had a contact already with the listing team of SafeMoon, and it is needed to be a registered company. That's why we are looking to fulfill this one, just so we can take the next steps with this project. Additionally, we will start, yeah, around next week, somewhere in next week, with YouTube. Yeah, this will not be a huge push at once with 10 videos going up in one go, but we want to fill the whole YouTube space constantly with, yeah, with content about BankersDream, with reviews, and with some other things. This is what we are focusing for the, yeah, next steps, next marketing steps after the press release, because actually YouTube gives you as a project a very constant way of exposure. Yeah, this is nothing like a Twitter promotion or something like this. So people are only able to see the Twitter promotion for a few hours. With a YouTube video being up, there will always be new investors just being able to take a look at different reviews, and yeah, gives you a constant way of exposure. So this is what we are planning on. Nothing done yet with SafeMoon or something like this. Just working step by step towards this bigger things to come. What do we have here? This you did send a screenshot. Yes, you have been pretty early in the project. Sad, sad that you missed out this pump, but yeah, yes, just again, if there is food in some form going on, always try to contact the team regarding the food or something else. Yeah. Don't react emotionally in your investments. All right. So I got something for no. So again, another, yeah, not competition, but a raffle starting after the AMA. Just give us some time to set it up. And another biggest buy competition also starting after the raffle. If the biggest buy is able to top the recent 20.5 BNB buy, then we will double down on the actual giveaway. I started a Facebook group, BankersDream CryptoFang. I love this. You need to tell Dale. What? We are almost in top gainers, only 3% to go. Then let's work on top gainers, because this is, yeah, basically a very nice free exposure for the project. 3% missing. But I think we should hit top gainers with the chart going on like this at the moment. Yes, and also because this was a new addition, if you have Discord, you can join our official Discord. The link is in the chat right now from Rose, our friendly helper. Just be sure that you have to accept the rules, otherwise you will not be able to interact in the whole Discord. Okay. So this basically, from my side, we did take a quick look over the fundamentals. We did take a quick look at our ICO investment Moon. We did take a quick look of both the current fund. Do not forget to vote on the next fund edition. Yeah. Vote is still going on, or the poll is still going on until tomorrow. And then we will see the outcome of the poll.
Paul, how's it, man? Sorry, my name again. Just a quick reminder to the community, please, guys. I know you, like I said, I know Paul likes to be very conservative with his, asking the community. We obviously on the shilling side, we just saying, come, guys, we need to go. So it's hugely appreciated. But every person that's in this group, every person that's active or slightly active, if you just if you push up your activity, maybe just 10%, a little bit more, if you can, we love it. We'd appreciate it so much. It helps your bags, it helps everyone in the community, and that we pump those Reddit posts. I'm always I sound like a broken record every time I say upvote the main vote. I always say that, but it makes such a big difference, from the Reddit side to push it up into the list. So please, if everyone can, jump on board, it'll be awesome.
Yeah, definitely. I have to say, I forget it a lot of times because I have to talk about so many things in an AMA. But yes, if you have the time to help in a Reddit post with an upvote or a comment, if you have the time to just like a tweet or retweet a tweet of us, it helps a lot. It really helps a lot. It has a big impact for the overall exposure, and the more people participating, of course, the more it helps the project itself.
100%. Thank you, Paul, from our side again.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for the additions. As always, if you have a suggestion for the fund from a... Oh, wait, I got pinged. It's... What, that's fine. It's for us that Canada. If you buy 0.2 between 230 and 330 on, you will be entered to win 1 BNB. We will have a... I don't know, is Mr. Crypto even in the AMA? Nah, he isn't even in the AMA. I can't tell him. I will just write it to him. Give me a second. Going... So like this. Alright, if you have any questions additionally about the project or something else which strikes your mind later, feel always free to ask in the chat. A lot of this community is very, very helpful. Also, we as a team, we are pretty active in the chat overall. If you have a suggestion for the community fund, please feel free to DM the suggestion to me so we can put it on the vetting list. Just keep in mind, it might take some time. Yeah, it might take some time to actually yeah, vet all the different projects. Okay, because then I would end the AMA now. Thank you all for participating. Keep in mind we will start another raffle and another biggest buy competition now after the AMA. So this is a Discord question, okay. And let's try to actually attack the next zero. Slowly but steadily going the way to the next zero would be a big step for the project. Again, a big step for the project. We are making a lot of big steps recently. And yes, thank you for participating. Thank you all for being part of this community. And don't get influenced by food, as we see the story of OD98. Food can be very harmful for some people. Just think about your investment always in a long-term side. Of course not if you are going for a degen gamble. This has nothing to do with a long-term investment, but always keep in mind the long-term potential of your investments overall. Yeah, it will help a lot through harder times in the market itself. All right, but thank you to the whole community. Keep it up. Keep the activity up. Keep the shilling up. It helps a lot. Additionally, with the press release, and yeah, basically, thank you. And let's see if we can tackle this next zero. I really want this zero to be gone. All right. Thank you all for participating, and we will hear each other in the next AMA. Bye bye.